Thank you so much, and welcome back to another great and exciting episode. We're getting near the end, folks, but I have an exciting new junior guest chef. We embrace chefs of all ages, and we feel that it's never too young to get started. So let's welcome junior chef Jacob Schubel to the show.
Thank you. You are all very nice, very nice.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Jacob.
Yeah, no problem.
So, what kind of started this cooking trend of yours? Do you just enjoy the smell of good food and eating it?
So it all started with my brother just in middle school. He's 21 now, so kind of awkward, but he just started bringing home recipes of salsa and stuff and ginger snaps and what's it called? Apple crisp, and it just all went downhill from there.
Well, awesome. I am so glad that you've embraced the art of cooking. It's such a good thing to know how to do.
Yeah, it is.
It's really sad. A lot of people these days, especially college students, live on a fast food only diet. And that is why we're making this push to get these junior chefs more enthused and just pursuing the art of cooking. So what are you going to teach us today?
Today we are going to be cooking ginger snaps, my homemade recipe. They're amazing. Guys, try it out sometime.
Hey, the recipe will be on the show at the end, so you will be able to try it out. And then I'm going to teach you my famous crock-pot special salsa chicken. And it can be used for filling enchiladas, burritos, tacos, you name it. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's head over and start making those ginger snaps.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so what's the first thing that we should do?
Preheat your oven to 350 degrees.
All right, I'll get that heating. Okay.
Next step, 1 cup of sugar.
1 cup sugar. So should we use this bigger bowl make for that one? I think so.
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay.
All right, next step, 2/3 a cup of oil.
Okay. And this can be either vegetable oil or extra light olive oil. And that's what we're using here is extra light olive oil.
All right, next step, 1/4 a cup of molasses.
Okay.
So this stuff's really thick, so you might want to...
If you've ever used molasses before, you'll know it's very sticky, just like honey. So you might need a spatula like we're doing to get it out of the bowl.
And we're using this stuff.
Yeah, this is Brer Rabbit molasses. It's the mild flavor. Sometimes molasses can be a little overpowering, so then at most stores you can find the mild flavor.
All right, next, 1 egg. What kind of egg are we using?
This is just your standard egg from the market, your large egg. Okay.
Make sure there's no shells in it.
Yeah, you don't want a crunchy surprise. All right, so are we going to whisk this now?
Yes.
Okay. Sugary molasses goodness.
Make sure you get that white yolk.
Yeah. All right, how long do you usually mix it? Just till it's well mixed?
Yeah, and you get some of this molasses that's on the wall.
Molasses, okay. Okay, so are we going to do the dry ingredients?
Yes,
then? Okay.
dry ingredients. So first we have 1 teaspoon of ginger.
Ground ginger.
Ground, sorry. Next we have 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon.
Okay.
Next we have 1/2 teaspoon of salt, just normal salt. Next we have a 1/4 teaspoon.
I think it was 2 teaspoons of baking soda.
Yeah, 2 teaspoons.
Okay.
2 teaspoons of baking soda. Sorry.
Okay.
And then next 2 cups of flour. Love it. Do you have a preference on flour, Kevin?
I just use a standard all-purpose unbleached flour. If you get it unbleached, it tends to have a little bit more nutrients in it. When it's been bleached, they pretty much take out all of the good stuff for you.
Make sure you just get the stuff on the bottom, because then it gets it pretty well. I usually do flour first, preferably, and then put the stuff on top. And yeah, so I think this is ready.
Perfect.
So,
Okay, so we're gonna put it in here and combine the two.
Next.
Okay. This is looking delicious. It almost kind of reminds me of a gingerbread.
That's kind of what it is, Kevin. But instead you put sugar on it.
Ah, that's the difference. That's what makes it a ginger snap.
Because it gives you that snap of flavor. So if it's a little hard like this, you might want to add just a little water. Just a little, just to make it a little softer. And
it seems like it's about the equivalent of about a half of a teaspoon of water.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that definitely did moisten it up.
And it makes it easier to make into the little balls. Next, we're going to rewash our hands in case of sticky residue of molasses, sugar, oil, or any of that. So,
perfect. All right, let's send it to Tim's segment while we're doing that. Tim, what do you have for us?
That salsa is delicious. Speaking of salsa, salsa is another great source of getting your daily vegetables in. They, they have tomatoes, your peppers, your green leaf substance to add a little bit more of a green feel to the salsas, and it's just a great addition to if you have a quick snack of your chips and dips, have it on your tacos, and just have a great addition to anything you want to add on to it. So dating back all the way to the Aztecs is when the salsa started changing variations. They added chili peppers along with squash seeds to add a little more of a flavor difference, a little more spice to it. And then all the way back into 1916 is when it really was founded into America culture in LA area. So salsa is a very big popular ingredient in most casseroles, tacos, as you saw me eating my taco earlier. It's about a $4 billion market venue a year, and it's just so popular that so many different companies are fighting for the big main salsa company name in America. But there are a lot of local in the state of Oregon that has local salsa companies. So take a look for, read the label next time and see where your salsa is coming from. You never know, it could be your next door neighbor of Bend, Oregon, or Corvallis. You never know where your local salsa is coming from. There's different flavors of hots, mild, medium. I'm a little bit medium kind of guy, so just check it out next time you're at the local grocery store and make sure you could be having your own town salsa. You never know. So have a great rest of your day and keep cooking with Kevin.
And welcome back. So what we've been doing here is we've been rolling out the cookie balls using a tablespoon size spoon. Your normal large spoon, I guess you could call it, large dinner spoon. And we have a bowl of probably about a quarter cup of sugar, and we're rolling the balls in it. Do you want to demonstrate, Jacob? There you go. Just kind of pushing it around in there, just getting it evenly coated on all the sides.
And then spread them at least 1 inch apart from each other.
Because they will expand, right?
They expand to at least 1 inch diameter around. And roll it in the palms of your hands, so you will get sticky during this. So having fun, Kevin?
Oh yeah, this is a lot of fun. I've never made ginger snaps before, so
what?
I know. I've made other cookies, snickerdoodles, oatmeal raisin, chocolate chip, all those, but
here you go, Kevin.
thank you. So, could you do variations with snickerdoodle? Could you the ginger snap? Could you add raisins or nuts or things like that if you so desire?
Variations you could make for the ginger snaps are chocolate chips, peanuts.
I'm sure like raisins would probably be pretty good in it.
I've never personally done it myself.
Or even toffee bits, maybe. That might be a delicious addition. But still, I think that these are going to be delicious just on their own too.
Yeah,
but we're just giving you some extra ideas.
You could possibly do like a Hershey's Kisses on top.
Ooh, there you go. Kind of do a peanut butter cookie variation. I like that.
My brother makes some pretty good ones of those.
All right, so while we continue to fill the trays, let's send it to this week's trivia question. And welcome back. So what we're going to do now is we're putting the cookies in the oven for how long, Jacob?
8 to 9 minutes.
Okay. And I'm cooking them on convect bake because anytime that you have more than just one tray in the oven, you want convect bake. Basically, it means that a fan is blowing the hot air evenly throughout the oven. Perfect. Okay, so you ready to learn salsa chicken? Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I always rinse my chicken first. Get off some of the excess slime. Alright, so during this time I also like to pull off some of the fat I can just rip off.
And we'll cut it off when we're done, I'm guessing.
Alright, so I'm going to have you move it, over there where the crock pot is. Make sure that with this dish you have at least 10 hours to have the chicken cook. It needs time to be able to just fall apart. It's going to become a shredded chicken.
With that, you use a fork.
Yes. Okay, so go ahead and put that chicken breast in. The best thing about this recipe is that you don't have to cut it at all.
Alright, so we're just taking some of this excess fat off and then we'll put it in.
Perfect, yep, just layer them in. So here's the next one. So you can get some of that on
this
the
white
edge.
stuff is called fat.
Mm-hmm.
For all you little kids watching.
The reason for getting rid of the fat is that it makes for a very chewy piece of the chicken that is not becoming in an enchilada or burrito or whatnot. So while we're finishing cutting off some of this fat, let's send it to Julie's segment. Julie, what do you have for us today?
Hi. Today we're going to talk about the health benefits of gingers, and it is quite impressive. One is it's an anti-inflammatory, so anyone that has gastrointestinal problems or arthritis, it's a big plus. Next, one that was the most surprising to me is they did a study against ginger versus Dramamine. And guess who proved to be the winner? Ginger. It is wonderful for helping with motion sickness and with also morning sickness. There's several advantages to using ginger is that you don't have the side effects, which is great when you're pregnant. You don't want to take anything that could possibly harm the baby. When it comes to the motion sickness, it helped with all of the symptoms, not just a few. It helped with the nausea, and it helped with the dizziness, the nausea, and the cold sweating. And lastly, if not least, is there's been some exciting studies done at the University of Michigan that are showing ginger, or gingerols, the phytonutrient compound of ginger, is helping to destroy cancer cells, both colon and ovarian. I think after hearing and reading about all this research, I just may have a second ginger snap cookie. Thanks.
And welcome back. Thank you so much for that segment, Julie. All right, so we got our final chicken breast here now. Jacob's gonna finish prepping that.
Am I doing good, Kevin?
You are doing excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you can't get some of that fat off, just leave it.
Yeah, you're not gonna get every single piece of fat off the chicken. You know, some is just ingrained in the chicken breast. Which reminds me, these are boneless chicken breasts. I would not advise getting the bone-in chicken breasts because that can make for a pretty nasty surprise.
All right.
Now we got all that chicken done, so we're gonna wash our hands.
First, dispose of this.
The chicken guts.
Yeah. What you get when you have chicken. And we get this from our local Roths.
Alright, so now the cookies are done.
Done. Alright. Oh my gosh, they look so good.
My goodness, those look good enough to eat.
I don't think they're good enough to eat yet.
But yeah, we definitely do want to let them cool. They're going to be very soft. See how you can just kind of push on the side. So you want to let them cool down
like
to at least
5
room
minutes.
temperature, at least 5 to 10 minutes, yeah, I'd say, and that will harden them up. So while we're letting them cool down, let's send it to Brenna's segment. Brenna?
Hey Kevin, did you know that animal meats are essential to our bodies, and our bodies were created to digest them? They help with the overall production of tissues and absorption of other nutrients that we need to get through life. Number 1, animal products are extremely high in protein. It's all natural based. Protein is essential to help with your metabolic functions of your body and also increases energy. It helps repair and restore and build muscles and tissues in your body, which you need when you're a growing, striving, energetic person. Animal foods also are high in nutrients and minerals, some of which are like iron. Iron is extremely helpful in the body with your hemoglobin levels of your blood. What happens is iron helps bulk up those red blood cells so that they're able to carry oxygen to all the corners of your body. It's also really good because it's high in zinc. Zinc helps with the breaking down of fats and chemicals in your body, along with helping with the formation of tissues. And there's also selenium, which also is a part of that metabolic function of breaking down fats and chemicals in the body. Meat is also high in vitamins such as A, B, and D, which help with bones, strengthening your bones and teeth. It also helps with your cerebral cortex, which helps with mental health and memory and such as things like that. But most importantly, meat contains vitamin B12, which can only be found in animal products. B12 is an essential nutrient that helps absorb iron, along with helping with your immune system and things along that line, like energy, metabolism, anemia. It helps prevent a lot of things in your life. But if you're not getting it from an animal product, it's in a supplement which is created by a laboratory because it can only be found in animals. No plant-based product carries this item in it. So whether you're having fish, salmon, or beef for dinner, please enjoy because you're getting all you need in the nutrient side.
And welcome back. So we're just putting the cookies onto a plate real quick because as you leave them on the cooking tray, they actually continue to brown from the heat of the tray. So it's important to get them off. And so Jacob's going to finish up that, and then we're going to put the salsa on the chicken. Okay, so why don't you come over here and we'll finish the chicken. So in my original recipe, I just used 1 jar of mild salsa, but some people prefer more spiciness in my family, so I'm going to alter my recipe for the show.
Dennis.
My dad, yeah. So we're going to do half of a medium jar and half of a mild jar. Kind of just give it an extra zing.
It's the same.
Yeah, so we'll put in about half of that. And half of a jar of a medium salsa. There we go.
That's good.
Alright, so we're going to first
stir it up.
stir this in there a little bit. And
Under
kind
all
of get it
that.
underneath all that chicken.
Sure, you get it on most
Yeah.
of it. I'm just guessing here, so don't listen to me.
No, you're doing just fine. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we are going to put the top on and cook it at low for 8 hours. Okay? At the 8-hour mark, take some sour cream and scoop in about 2 scoops of sour cream, the normal tablespoon dinner size spoon. 2 scoops and mix it in, okay? And then let it cook for another 2 hours and take a fork and shred it. And it will actually shred very easily. Just kind of pry at the chicken, yeah, like so. You know, you'll just be going through the chicken breasts like that, and it will fall apart.
Kind of like fixing a tire on your bike. You just use that piece and it scrapes it up a little bit.
So it's on low power, and that is ready. So yeah, we'll put these straps down. Okay, so while we have this start cooking, we're gonna send it to the trivia answer. Did you get it right? Alright, so it's my favorite time of the show. We are now gonna reveal the final product. So, we got our delicious salsa chicken there. See how I just shredded up? It literally dissolved when I took the fork through.
Man, I'm hungry. Get me going.
So, like I said, this can be done in tacos, it can be done in burritos, it can be done in enchiladas. But for this example, we're going to do kind of in a soft taco.
You could also do quesadillas.
That's true, yes. So, I'm going to put some of this on here. I'll put some cheese.
Is this for me?
It's for the studio
It's for
staff, yeah.
I don't like tomatoes, so.
Yeah.
You can eat that one.
Dollop of sour cream.
I'll get a...
And there we go. You got a delicious soft taco and a cookie for dessert.
Voila.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Jacob.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Kevin.
Yeah, and I hope that we can have you gone back for next season, season 3, and you can teach us another one of your delicious desserts, or maybe even an entree by that time.
I think I'll be having you guys do some apple crisp.
Woohoo, there we have it. Some apple crisp in the near future. And as always, these recipes can be found online at cookingwithkevinshow.com, right here on the bottom of the screen. I hope you keep cooking with Kevin.